Alright, quick video since people are confused by the post-credit ending of Attack on Titan finale. The main question being, are Titan powers back after seeing the boy and the dog discovering that huge tree? To put it simply, in my opinion, I do think they're back. But before you get to that, you have to understand the fact that Isayama is kind of a fatalist. I think he has a really bad view of humanity, and rightfully so. Whenever we get good things, we use it for bad things, like nuclear energy, we use it for atomic bombs or whatever, or when we have flight, we figure out a new way of transportation, we exploit it, and you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, right? Wars and stuff, blah, 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 whatnot. I don't have to go through the cycle of destruction of humanity and civilizations and whatnot. That's what the Titan powers kind of just represent, this thing that can make differences. Like, when Ymir first got the power, she was using it first to build stuff, not destroy anything. It's only when things went downhill that people started exploiting it as weapons, even after she died. Like the king made their children eat the body just to transfer the powers. Again, exploiting a good thing for a bad thing. And of course, you may think the story ends with Eren getting rid of Titan powers. In a way, I guess he did. He got rid of Ymir's conception of what Titans are. Because the whole concept of Titan was because of what Ymir was able to conceptualize. It's what was, at her time period at least, that's what she was able to conceptualize. That's why Titans evolved over time based on the users. But yeah, Eren got rid of that concept of Titans completely by the end of the show. Which brings me to what this kid and dog found, the huge tree at the end of the post-credit scene in the finale of Attack on Titan. So we have to trace all the way back to how Ymir got her powers, which was the weird organism, the source of all living matter, which is essentially this godlike parasitic-like creature that attaches itself to the body of the user, whoever the founding Titan is, basically. And we see that being transferred to Eren after, obviously, the restriction of the royal line thing being gone, which again, that was a rule that was set by Ymir's own consciousness. That means that creature can actually do way more. It's just being restricted by what Ymir's imagination is. Like her whole metaphysical plane of using sand to build Titans, that's all her imagination. And now this tree is important because this is the same tree that Eren was buried in, or at least his head, after it was. And we see a lot of time pass by, decades or whatever, years, hundreds, centuries, and we see more modern, we see like towers and stuff, and the freaking plane, and boom, you know what I mean. But throughout this destructive cycle of humanity, for some reason this tree stood strong and it just grew bigger and bigger and bigger. You can say it's Eren's wood. Okay, that was a bad joke. And throughout all the cycle of destruction from humanity, this tree just grew bigger and bigger and bigger. It stood strong, and it's just been spectating from the side, Not only is it abnormally growing and being able to survive and withstand everything, it also resembles the tree, kind of like how Ymir first dropped into and got her Titan powers from that weird organism, the source of all living matter. So I think it's pretty easy to assume that that organism that was in Eren's head, or assuming to be in Eren's head, managed to survive, and it's fueling the tree. It's making it live this long. And this kid with his dog is about to walk into this tree, just like Ymir found and stumbled into that weird organism, and is probably able to get some new source of power, whatever his imagination lends him. We can see some new forms of Titans, some modern form of Titans, probably some mechanical suits, whatever the brain can conceptualize for this guy. Because this time it's not being restricted by Ymir, it's restricted by this kid who is suffering from war in this modern time, trying to survive in this modern time with his own modern ideologies. So yeah, it's not Titan powers that we have seen per se, but it's a Titan for sure. You can even call it mech. I think someone from the Trash Tape podcast actually made a joke about Attack on Titan being a mech anime, which I wholeheartedly think is kind of accurate. Anyways, I hope this quick rambling made sense. This was completely unscripted, so I'm sorry for all the ums and blah blah and whatnot. I'm not used to talking out of script, but I'm hopefully getting more practice out of it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye, like and subscribe. Peace.